Food time! Alright guys, we're back again for another episode of Food Time. Today we're going to be doing a Cuban Schnitzel sandwich. Little fun fact about me, I am German and I am also Cuban. I'm Cuban and German. I figure it'd be fitting to do a Schnitzel and a Cuban sandwich. So, let's get started. Alright, first thing I want to do is I want to pickle some pickles. I'm going to start with some salt, some sugar. Now I'm going to add some water. You can basically do whatever you want when it comes to pickles with seasoning it. It all depends on the flavor that you're going for. So I'm going to add some vinegar. Now I'm using red wine vinegar for this batch. The other batch I use white wine vinegar. I'm just going to throw these in there, make sure they're clean. Make sure your jar is sanitized. Lost the cap. Fun thing about life, you never know what's going to happen. But for the meantime, until I find the cap, what I do is I leave it out for the first few hours, then I refrigerate. Okay, so that's it. Pork loin has silver skin. I'm going to trim away the silver skin. That's all this stuff right here. It also makes it really chewy. We're just going to cut right into it and put our pieces on the side. Alright. The thicker you go, the more you're going to have to pound out the meat. You're going to put it underneath the plastic, on top. You're going to take your mallet and you're going to start from center and then move out. So what I like to use the tenderizer right here and then move on to the flat part. So start out this way, then you turn it over. But look at that. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. We're going to move on to heating up our oil. And to make sure your oil is at the proper temperature, you want a proper thermometer. I use a digital one. Traditionally, a Cuban sandwich is done pork, ham, cheese, pickle, mustard, and then mojo. I want to do something a little differently with the sandwich. See, it's a little heftier on the meat. It's a fried pork loin. So what I'm going to do is a mojo mayo. Cheese makes it creamy, nice and gooey, but also what makes it nice and creamy is a mayonnaise. So I'm taking the traditional mojo and I'm mixing with mayo. Something I've done in the past and I think would be perfect for this sandwich. First we're going to start by chopping our onion. So I'm going to grab my mortar and pestle. I'm going to add some garlic to it. Now salt adds like a second grinding power. I'll add some of that red onion in there. And we'll smash it down with it. There we go. I want it to be a little chunky. I want these flavors to combine with each other. Add a hint of vinegar. And some oil. Preferably olive oil. And that's what I want. Perfect. Done. So now we're going to season our flour. We're going to use some cayenne, some cumin, some onion, some garlic, and last but not least, we're going to use some mustard powder. So make sure you mix in your flour completely or else you're not going to get the right seasoning on your meat. All right, perfect. So we take our pork, flour, and then we're gonna do our egg, and then breadcrumb. Okay. Make sure it gets in there. You don't want any naked parts. Looking It's my dry hand, it's my strong hand. I want to fry some pork loin. You got the oil's a little higher than I want it to be, but here's the beauty about oil. Once you start adding something to it, the temperature will drop. And here's the key thing about schnitzel, or anything that's super fucking thin, when you fry it, it doesn't need a lot of time. Alright guys, so we're reaching the end. Schnitzel has been pounded out, it's been fried, it's all done. Now it's sandwich building time. We've got our Cuban bread. Key thing about Cuban bread, it's different than Italian and French bread. So French bread, it's gonna be more of a crusty, thin baguette. Very delicious, very good. But it's not like Cuban bread. Cuban bread is considered a more moist bread. Like a spongy bread. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off our ends right here. And then we're gonna cut it down the center. And there you go. It looks like a Cuban sandwich if I've ever seen one. We're gonna put our mustard right here. I'll put my mayonnaise, my Mojo mayonnaise on the top. God, it's delicious. Grab our schnitzel, grab our ham, fold it over. Here's the thing about Cuban sandwiches. They're not known for height. We're gonna grab our Swiss, grab my pickle. So we don't have a plancha, so we're gonna have to improvise. All right, so put a little bit of butter in there to grease the pan. I'm gonna grab my sandwich, place this down, and now I'm gonna press it with another pan. So we don't want to forget about it. Oh no! Ah! There we go. See that? You want to use a towel this time, because at this point, this guy's hot. Oh my God! Little incision. That's it, everybody. We made a Cuban sandwich using schnitzel. I got my cigar right here. Got my Havana Club. Got my sandwich. Can't go wrong. Just remember, keep on drinking, keep on eating, keep having fun. That's delicious. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. Pounding out some meat. Potato salad, pineapples, carrot.